So you mentioned Ty Simpson, regarded as the second quarterback in this draft cycle. Athletics draft analyst Dane Brugler was asked if he were the Browns, would he take Simpson at 24?
No, I like Ty. I just feel like instead of just throwing darts, you need to really have an answer here at quarterback. And maybe he blows you away in the interview process. Maybe, the way that, he's able to acquit himself at the combine and pro day and personal workouts and 30 visits. Maybe that'll be enough for some teams. But as much as I do like him, we're talking about a guy with 15 starts, coming on, not the biggest guy, coming off a season where he was injured multiple times. Tough as all heck. I mean, he played through a lot of it, but we're still talking about a small sample size and a player that you are betting on more of the mental aptitude rather than the physical traits. The physical traits are okay. They're fine. They're good enough. But it's not, we're not talking about, a Drake May or a Jaden Daniels where they have kind of that distinguishing trait with their athleticism and, their ability to throw the ball anywhere they want on the field. Ty Simpson's a guy that wins more with pocket movement, the way he can read out the field. But still, there's a lot he hasn't seen with only 15 career starts. And so I think this is a team that instead of just throwing darts, use your premium resources to build this roster.
Yeah, Jake, that thing at the end gets to, you got to put offensive line, wide receiver around whomever is going to be your quarterback.
Sure. Yeah. No. I mean, I echo a lot of what Dane said. There's a lot of things that Ty Simpson does on film that look like NFL throws. He makes some really nice window hunting throws. He will throw layered balls between the second and third level. There's plenty to like. Now, the accuracy and decision making faded as the year went on. Alabama didn't run it well all year, but to the point there, not a very big guy, dealt with injuries and the limited sample size of starting. I do think there's enough there to be intriguing that someone should take him in the top 50. I don't think I'd feel great about a team that needs a quarterback to play early, or at least if you're investing at 24, you would play him. You'd have to play him early to try to get the maximum out of that fifth year, the 5-year window. But there's, like if you're looking at hypothetically a team maybe with a quarterback on the way out, think Rams, right? 2 first-round picks. It could make sense to draft him, sit him, let him grow, let him learn behind Stafford. I think there's a team teams that require a little patience or have the ability to have a little patience probably make a bit more sense for Ty. So I do agree with Dane's bigger point, though, and I agree with really what everyone is thinking. And that's why I'm drawn to the Malik Willis if you're going the opposite route here. And there's also other quarterbacks that if you want to make a trade that probably wouldn't cost much, Anthony Richardson among others. There's guys out there, and there's other cheaper free agents too. But as far as an upside swing, situation, the Willis thing's interesting because they can continue to use all of those picks. They can use all those premium assets to obviously put themselves in a better position to get those guys that you really have to draft to find, right? And it's the same at quarterback, but sometimes teams, Sam Darnold's, what Baker did in Tampa, guys on a different team, different opportunity, can find some success. So it's not impossible, but you like to draft as many of these guys at premium positions as you can. So you do look at wide receiver, you draft those guys, you develop those guys, tackle, you need those guys drafted, developed. You don't find many on free agency who are going to help you in a serious way. So, yeah, I mean, the Browns are dealing with 3 years, 2 of which they didn't even have a top 50 pick of missing premium picks. So they got to make that up as best they possibly can. They're doing that with an extra first rounder this year and did it some last year with an additional top 40 pick, right? So they're trying to make up for that. You can see the processes in place to try to acquire those players. And dart throws at quarterback at 24, even 39, you better feel really good about them. And I personally just don't feel good enough about them to play early. There's not some, the guys who are older, the Klubniks, the Allers, the Nussmeyers, are just not good enough for me. Those guys who are maybe a little bit more seasoned, played more games, a bit physically bigger, they're not appealing enough to me to take those throws. And I don't think the Browns are in a position to sort of dart throw Ty Simpson at 24 when they really need more of that Carson Schlesinger type of foundational, Mason Graham type of foundational talent on the offensive side.